What's up, everybody? My name is Cornel. Welcome to my YouTube channel, A Ball and a Goal. Why, you might ask, a ball and a goal? Well, because the only things you need to play the beautiful game are a ball and a goal. At least those are the only things that I needed when I was much younger. Now, I was planning to record videos a month in advance prior to the start of the new season. But due to my lack of expertise and knowledge in the technology department, I'm in a situation right now when I have to record my first video in the day that the season kicks off. And hopefully it will be out before the start of the Manchester United Fulham game, otherwise I'll be in big trouble. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What I do know is that I save you hundreds of hours of watching draft after draft, of going back and forth between players to end up with the same conclusion and the same thoughts I had when the game was launched and I saw the prices. And I realized right away that Salah and Haaland, the big topics of this season, they can be in the same team because the structure of the team, will suffer. So I decided in the end to go just with Salah. Let me show you my team. I'm gonna walk you through it player by player and give you an explanation or a reason why they are in my team, and also talk about a couple of players that they are extremely popular and they are not in this team, and the reason why they are not. So in goal, I went with a double up on West Ham in Areola and Fabianski. Now, there are plenty of 4.5 million goalkeepers that they are good options. I think Sells from Nottingham Forest is probably one of the best, especially for those who are planning to wildcard early. Henderson, Crystal Palace as well, good pick. Flecken too. The reason why I went with Areola and Fabianski is Julian Lopetegui. And here I'm going to show you his stats from his coaching days at Porto and Sevilla. 2013-14 is the year before he got hired by Porto. They conceded 25 goals in the league and they were ranked the third best defensive team. 2014-15, he comes in, they concede 13 goals, they're the best defense in the league. Then he gets fired during the 2015-16 season, and they end up conceding 30 goals, being again the third best defensive team in the league. Now, bear in mind, the Portuguese league at that time had only 16 teams. And then he moves on to coach the national team, ends up at Real Madrid, and then in 2019 he starts at Sevilla. The year before, in the season 18-19, Sevilla concedes 47 goals, being the ninth best defensive team in the league. And then in the 3 years that he spent over there, 1920, 2021, 21-22, they concede 34, 33, and 30 goals per season, which makes them the third, and in the end, the best defensive team in the league. And then he leaves, and then going back, conceding 54 goals. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that West Ham is gonna keep 38 clean sheets. Not even close. What I'm trying to say is that he will definitely try to improve them defensively, and I think that the signings that they are making with Wan-Bissaka and Todibo especially prove that theory. So for me, especially not planning to wildcard early, Areola and Fabianski. I like to go to double up on the goalkeepers from the same team, just in case something happens with one of them, the other one comes right in, and you don't have to spend a transfer on a goalkeeper, which is always a bad thing. Defense. Gabriel, I think Arsenal kept 19 clean sheets last season. They got, I think, stronger. With the addition of Calafiori, especially at the back, I think they're going to be able to keep at least 19 clean sheets again. And by the way, what a player he is. First time I acknowledged him was watching the Bologna-Juventus game at the end of last season, where he scored a brace. And then in the final moments of the game against Croatia in the Euros, when he got the ball in his own half and basically run through half of the field to give it to Zaccagni, who scored a goal, sent Italy into the round of 16. So, yeah, big signing for Arsenal. I think they're going to be strong at the back again. And I'm not an Arsenal fan by any means. I just think they're going to do it this year. If I had to put the money on who's going to win the title, I'll probably think it's going to be Arsenal. Next one, Alexander-Arnold. And by the way, Gabriel, Saliba is a good option too. I just think his attacking threat is superior. And if I knew that Calafiori is starting at the left back position, I'll be tempted to go with him instead of Gabriel. But for the moment, for the time being, Gabriel is in my team. And also, they play 4 home games in the first 7, 2 with the newly promoted sides in 6 and 7, Wolves in the first one. So yeah, I think they have a good run of fixtures, and they can keep clean sheets anywhere against anybody. They proved it last season against City as well at the Etihad. So once again, I think having a Arsenal defender, it's a good pick. Alexander-Arnold, and to be honest with you, I just don't see Liverpool keeping too many clean sheets, but his attacking threat is second to none when it comes to defenders. Looking at Arne Slot record at Feyenoord, it's one of these teams that they can put 3, 4, 5 goals past you, and then they concede the odd one. But they have good fixtures at the beginning of the season, especially the first one against the newly promoted side. Then they play Nottingham and Bournemouth back-to-back at home in 4 and 5. So definitely a good pick, Alexander-Arnold. I mean, one of the best defenders in the game, definitely. The last 2, Robinson and Konsa. Now, Barco, I forgot about Barco, sorry about that. So Barco is on the team as well. He attacking talent, and I'm a little bit concerned about his place in his team. That's why I want to make sure I play him in the game week 1, which I'm pretty sure is going to start. It's a good fixture away at Everton, by the way, and they look great in preseason. Brighton, one of the best teams in preseason, and he rotates really well with Robinson and Konsa. Robinson can come in game weeks 2 and 3 for Barco. Fulham being the only side who's going to play 2 of the newly promoted sides in the first 3 game weeks. And then Konsa is ready to replace Alexander-Arnold in game week 3 when Liverpool plays Manchester United, if I want to. And then to replace Gabriel in game weeks 4 and 5 when Arsenal have trips to Spurs and City. While Barco in game week 4 and 5 plays 2 games at home, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they rotate really, really well. I also think a Nottingham Forest defender is a good option. Murillo, Aina. But for me, and the way they rotate with the fixtures and everything, I think it's a good combination. Moving into midfield, Saka and Salah. Nothing too much to add about them. Very good record. I think they're going to be on fire this season, especially Saka. Salah 2, then Jota. And I think is this place to lose. I know, again, there's a lot of conversation when it comes to Liverpool, forwards and wingers, because that's true, they have basically 5 players fighting for these 3 positions. I think definitely he'll start the first game, and I think that if he plays good and he bangs a couple of goals, he's going to keep his place. If not, you always have transfers to take him out. He's at a good price point as well, 7.5, so he offers you the option of going down to Eze. And by the way, this draft have 0.5 left in the bank. So, yeah, definitely good option, especially at the beginning of the season, playing number 9 for Liverpool, away at Ipswich Town. Again, like Alexander-Arnold at home with Nottingham and Bournemouth in game week 4 and 5. I think it's good. Smith Rowe and Mintech, the last 2. Mintech on the field. It's at good fixtures at Everton. They look pretty shaky in the preseason. And Mintech, what a baller he is, playing for a team that likes to press high up the field. The amount of goals they scored in the preseason just by recovering the ball in the attacking third area. So yeah, definitely a good pick. Smith Rowe comes in game week 2 and 3 like Robinson. Fulham, playing the 2 newly promoted sides in, I think, Leicester and Ipswich. There's some good options at this price as well. I was thinking about maybe Elanga, Hudson-Odoi or Gibbs-White. Nottingham Forest fixtures, the first 3 are pretty good. If you want to enjoy the game at St. James's Park, you can go for Jacob Murphy. He had an amazing preseason. I'm pretty sure he's going to start. Probably he'll score 2. It's just the problem with Newcastle is that the fixtures after game week 3, they became a little bit harder. So in case, just to save up some transfers, you can start with Mintech. You can use them in game week 4 and 5 when Brighton plays 2 games at home, back to back. So the popular players that I don't have here, Eze, Nkunku, Fernandes. For Eze, I just don't like the uncertainty. If he moves to City, suddenly doesn't become such a good option anymore. If he stays at Crystal Palace, he is a very good option. I think he still is a good option, but I just don't like the uncertainty. I want to make sure the transfer window closes, and then we'll see exactly where he ends up. But if you want to go with him, that's perfectly fine. I think he's a good option. Nailed on penalties. The best player they have right now definitely is going to play. And Nkunku, with Chelsea, it just looks like a team that doesn't have any identity at all. And I know that we have to pick the players and not the team that they play for. But I just don't trust them. I need to see more of them. The preseason was awful. And Fernandes, to be fair, I think he is a good option. And I know that they took Manchester City all the way to penalties in the Community Shield. They won the FA Cup against them in May. I just think that they do have a problem playing against smaller opposition. They just cannot control the ball. If I see a little bit of a different team from Manchester United at the beginning of the season, then probably I will consider even Garnacho. I think is a good option, like Fernandes. So yeah, but for me, this midfield right here, I think it's very good. I think covers pretty much, especially the teams that they're playing on the front foot. They like to attack and to score goals. Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton, even Fulham. They start the season pretty well. How many times in April we end up saying that they are on the beach? Usually because they start the season really, really well. And I remember last season, the game week 3, they tied at Arsenal. A couple of seasons ago, Again, I think it was against Liverpool. They tied. So it's a team that starts the season on the front foot, and the fixtures are really good. And forward line, going without Haaland, obviously, I had to go with 3 big hitters. Havertz, to be honest, I'm not concerned about his position. I think Arteta loves him so much that he's ready to play him pretty much everywhere. He looked like a player that didn't know his role last season, but Arteta perseverance finally delivered, and I think he had a great end of the season, last one, and I think he's going to start as a number 9 for Arsenal in the first game of the season. And again, the fixtures are great. Wolves, to be honest, looks like a team who's going to be in a relegation battle this season. Solanke, great signing. Again, number 9 for a team that will create a lot of chances. They definitely missed a truly number 9 last season. So I think definitely he's going to start up top. I hope he'll start the first game. I think he will. The fixtures are great. Leicester, they just let Lens score 3 past them. Second game at home against Everton. After that, it gets a little bit tricky, but at the beginning, I think perfect, good to go for Solanke. And the last one, Alexander Isak, captain, most likely. Just the thought of watching Newcastle in the opening day against the newly promoted side at St. James's Park gives me the goosebumps, you know. So yeah, for me, probably the best option. I'll say probably Saka. It's a good option too at home with Wolves. Salah, good option too. I mean, in this team, I'll say probably Saka, Salah, Havertz, even Solanke. But I think the best option for captaincy in the first game week is Isak. So yeah, that's my team. Now, like I said, I want to talk about a little bit about the things that you're going to be able to see on this channel. I am planning to do UEFA Champions League fantasy content as well. It's a game that I enjoy a lot, especially this season with the new format. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to require a little bit more strategy, a little bit more deep thinking. And if UEFA decides to launch a UEFA Conference League fantasy game, I'll play that one as well. Probably will be my biggest challenge yet. And also, I would like to keep an eye on the domestic leagues, see how the battle for the title, for the European places, for the relegations happens, you know, and it also will help people who like to play the UEFA Champions League fantasy to keep you up to date with what's going on in the other leagues as well. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, video will be out before the start of the new season. Thank you everybody for watching. I wish everybody a wonderful season, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.